Alrighty. Oh, wrong headphone set. Oops. Wrong headphone set. Here, let's get the right headphone set on my head. There it is. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Doc from North America. It is TGIM. Thank goodness. It's Monday. Monday. So, let's take a look and see where we're at. And let's get that up on the screen there. There we go. You can see I'm looking at the last, I guess it's like, this must be the last day for the oil contract in November, right? Yeah, because we're at the end of October. So I need to slide in. Let's go find the next one. Let's put that in there. So that is CLX. So it'll be CLZ 24.nm. Let's go find that. Just thought I'd take a quick look at the oil. Then we'll go over to the dollar because it's it just doesn't seem to. Let's put it this way: it does not stop. That's for sure. So it's CLZ. Let me just go back and double check it. Oh, there it is right there. So we go like that and just put the Z in there like that. Z. And then we go deck crude. Yep. Create the product. Bang. We do. Then we go and let's fill in Robin so Robin can see it. And slide down. There it is. It's turned on. Just double check it. There it is. Turned on. And let's get it turned on me. Where am I at? Bing. Bing, 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 user. Who else? I wonder who else was using it beforehand. I'll have to find out. And then there's me. That's me. There it is right there. Turn it on again. And then what we're going to do is we will delete this one right there. So we'll go like this. We'll go like, or is it products? I like to do this in front of everybody. This way you can get a flavor of how we do these things. Let's see. Crude oil had just the two of us. So that's no problem at all. There it is. And that's gone. Zoom. Goodbye. All gone. Now what we'll do is we'll go over and put it up on the screen again. And see what they're doing with the oil. I think I saw it down. That's why it caught my eye. I just wanted to see what it is doing on the beta. There it is. It's up a little bit, I guess. That's what it is right there, right? Yeah, today is that. But it's still in the sell, and it's now breaking into the weekly sell right there. That's what's caught my eye. That's what caught my eye. It's cleanly, but look at it. The slow algo is through the manifold already, whereas the fast algo is just breaking underneath the zero line, both in the negative, both pushing into the, the sell. And so that's the action we're seeing with crude oil. I just thought we'd show it. I thought it'd be interesting. For whatever news must have come out, we should put up. Let's see. We can see what's on Dukascopy's calendar today. Trading and online economic calendar right there. And let's see what they're doing today because I can see the stock indices have lifted up. They've punched them up. Well, nothing major, 10 handles, but interesting. What do we got here? We got coming in on today. There it is right there. Very quiet day. Look at that. Nothing at 8:30. So nothing really. 6-month bill auction at 11:30. The 3-month bill auction at 11:30 also. And then at 1 o'clock we have what? Kashkari speaking again. They think that could be medium. That could be some influence. So like 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, and in here at the end of this evening, Fed's daily speech. Daily speech? They got to yak away again and irritate us more. Okay. So that's the action we're going to see today. Just thought I'd show you that. You can see what's happened already in Europe. German Buba monthly report, BUBA. CNY, that is the Chinese foreign direct investment. Oh, I know that they lowered the margin over there. There's producer price index, month over month, and year over year. That was at the opening of trading in Europe this morning. So that's 6.5 hours ago. So I don't know. They're lifting up the stock market a little bit here. That's kind of interesting. I mean, it's still a minus, I believe. Yes, still a minus, but they are doing a little buying in here. Buy. So there's crude oil. Let's take a look at the dollar index this morning. Good morning, Robin. And let's see what else we got going on. Yeah. There it is right there. And let's find it. I guess we'll get ready to change the heating oil too. That's what you know what, we should do that. Well, we're here. Let's change the heating oil. HO. There it is right there. Make it Z. Z. Heating oil, where it heats up the engines. It heats up the truck engines, the airplane engines. Heats them all up. Create. There we are. And then what we'll do is we'll throw that in. Let's see, let's do Robin first. Right there. And then let's do me. Me too. So it's Monday morning and everybody must be all tuckered out from an enjoyable long weekend. We had wonderful weather. Keep on having wonderful weather around here. The plants are flowering. We've only lost, I'd say, 40% of my plants from May, which is not bad. It's really wild there. We are in a heavy drought, so I water them every day or every other day. So let's go take a look at the dollar index. DX. There it is right there. Dollar index. It's around here somewhere. There it is right there. And there's the dollar index. Yeah, it's been climbing and climbing. It's up again today. Yesterday, Friday, they sold it down a little bit, but it's still in the buy. Right there, you can see it. Oh, let's give it a refresh. Yep, in a buy. Let's just show you some of the tools to be able to even look at it. You can move this over like that and just go like that and take a look. And there is the 21st. Tells you that it's still in the plus. We can do the same thing right here. You want to try to figure it out. You can see it closely. You don't even have to see the numbers. You can see it above the zero line because you can, I mean, you can really get crazy like that. I mean, just turn it into like literally a few days like that, and you can see it very clearly right there. And then you can go right click it and go full screen and still see it. Look at that. That's the tool we have. That's right. So that is the action there. And you can see it's been weeks upon weeks in a daily buy, and it's weeks upon weeks in a weekly buy. Yes, indeed. So it's just pushing along on the upside. They obviously think that interest rates are going to be lower more around the planet than they are here, I guess. That's one fundamental way of looking at it. The other is obviously they think this is the place to be. It's like the Trump trade belong the dollar because it's going to be a growing economy. Yep. There. I don't know. Mark Cuban doesn't make. He's up on the screen, but he doesn't make much sense what he's saying. I'm reading it. I'm not hearing it, but he's saying some of the strangest things. He's an odd guy. Anyhow, let's see. Where do we go from here? You can see there's the dollar index. Let's go check out the euro. Let's see what the euro is up to this morning. And traders, if you see anything you would like to, if you think about anything you'd like to see, just let us know. Yeah, just let us know, and we will do that. You know, we will do that. There we are. And And so there is the dollar index. Let's just show it to you up on the screen there against the euro. Not the index itself, it's the actual pairs trade. You can see it popped on Friday right there. It was still in the sell and broke down again right there. You can see, you know, this is starting a fifth week. A fifth week right there. There. There you go. So it's the fifth week. You can see it right there. We're four full weeks in a buy, and this is starting the fifth week, and 13 days in a I'm sorry, sell. Sorry about that. 4 weeks in a sell, and 13 days in a sell. A lot of pressure on that. Yes, indeed. So, what else can we say about any of that? Yeah. All right. What else can we say about that? I guess what it really comes down to is that the how do we say this? I guess what it comes down to is they believe interest rates are going to be lower in Europe, and I guess less growth. And so they keep on doing the fundamental thing and keep on pushing it down. Now, we're not really seeing any real change. Now, I did see it in the cable. The cable is, I think it's trying to climb into the buy, but it's down for the day. There we go. Let's see, what else can we say about any of that? I think that's it right there. No, is that it? No, there it is. Let's find it again. Yeah, that's it. I'm just, that same thing I sent to Robin, I need to send over to somebody else who said, I want to see what your webinar looks like. There we are. See how that goes. Let's just double check it. There we are. See if it goes. Well, so far so good. Okay, good. Let's see how long, if it's not an error. Nope, I guess not. Not bad. All right. So, let's take a look at cable. There it is right there. There's cable. Yeah, like I said, it's trying to get in through the daily buy. You can see it perking up. But look how hard they're punishing the weekly. Busted through the manifold and dropping. Now look at fast. Fast is, just been buried throughout this whole slide. And it's jumped through the slow. You can see it's almost touching. Let's see if we can widen this. It's almost touching. Look at that. The manifold right there. See the little blue dashed line? It's basically touching the manifold, trying to climb and get into the buy. So you got a daily there and a weekly sell. So we're stuck in neutral again. And there's all kinds of strange stories that keep on coming out of England. I mean, it's the every time you turn around, there's another. It sounds like Labor's going to have a very, very permanent. Okay, let's try that again. So let's do this. I sent that. It rejected. I had a feeling that might reject. I did. I had a feeling it was going to reject. Let's try this one more time and change the email to net. That's what it is. There you go. Go like that. But instead of that, let's try that one more time. And there we are. .net. There we go. Let's see if this does it. I thought it would get rejected. There we are. Let's try this. All right. So, as you can see there, cable. I don't know. We hear the stories, like I said earlier, strange stories going on. And you can see right here, let's put that little green line in like that. You know, it's trying to do that. And if it closes like this tonight with a green dot, no red dot, and it's above the zero line right here, it's going to be in a daily buy. Maybe it's the beginning of something turning here. When's the last time we saw the fast algo make a look at that? Last time it did that type of action and it broke through the manifold there, when it jumped into the plus, look at the action they had. Yeah, the product went from 128 almost up to 133, a 500-point move. Let's see, is there any other historical characteristics like that we've seen? And there's another one right there. When it broke through the slow manifold, the green line, the fast broke through, and then when it got through the zero line, now it was really oversold here, you would have to say. Enormously oversold. So there's a good chance this thing finds a way to dig in, but with that weekly being pressed down, the only way you could try to trade that if it actually climbs into the buy is through binaries. You know, that's about it. You know, where you have a limited risk on the downside and you won't get stopped out. So I think that's literally the only way to trade it with that in a weekly weekly thing there. All right. Well, it looks so far so good, I believe. Yeah, let me just push this into the trash can. Excuse me. Okay, that's in the trash can now. And so far, no rejection, so I guess we got it right this time. Yeah, I don't see it. That's good. All right. From there, we'll jump over to the inflation fighters. Let's see what they're doing with the Swiss franc this morning. Right there. Ooh, look at that, busting through a little bit. Now, we've been. I always think that is a great secondary currency to be long. When the dollar's on a rampage, you know, there are times where it seems to lead. In this case here, they're selling the other currencies. Like, we'll go back to the euro. Euro is minus for the day, whereas we saw cable is not. Oh no, yeah, cable's also minus for the day. And then we see, you know, they're losing against the dollar, both of them. And then you see here, the dollar Swiss is gaining against the dollar, and it even has a red dot going on there and breaking it below the zero line. But unfortunately, the weekly, 3 solid weeks in a buy, you see the fast is breaking down hard. It's broken way up top here. Let's see how it goes for the next couple of days. It could be a real sign again of some action, some positive action, where the Swiss outperforms the dollar. And I always think that's a good one to begin with for that reason. I always do. There we go. All right. So from there, we march over to, let's see, from there we get to the yen. I wonder how they did. You can see the yen lost a little bit against the dollar. It's still been in that daily buy for a while, and it's in that weekly buy for a solid 3 weeks. And you can see it up on the spreadsheet right there. You see that? You know, solid 3 weeks in a buy, 12 days in a buy. Wow. Yeah, it's just marching along. Bunch of days, a couple of weeks. And what else can we say about any of this? Oh, you know what I want to look at? For the fun, I want to see, you know, we heard where they lowered the margins in China, and let's go over to that. Let me find it. Go like that. They lowered the margins over the weekend in China, and obviously, let me just show you a couple combinations in my head about it. But first, we're going to just take a quick look at the Nikkei to see what it did, and looks like it was down just a little bit. Why move that thing around? We can just make the full screen. See, it was down just a little bit. Nothing major. Go back to the 3 screens. You can see it's in the daily sell, weekly sell. Now, let me just show you the Shanghai, which I believe was up, and the Hong Kong, which they clocked down 1.5%. The Shanghai was up 0.2%. So let's see if we can find that. There it is right there. There's the Shanghai. And they had it up, it was a strong Friday. And they knew they were front running it. The insiders knew they made money. They knew that over the weekend it was going to pop. But it really didn't do much because it was already put into it. You see 2 days in the daily buy, and this is the second day in the daily buy. I think that's, yes, there you go. But unfortunately, traders, for the longs, you can't play this long side move because it's in a weekly sell now, going into a second week. Now, check this out. This is Hong Kong. Let's go down to Hong Kong. I don't always watch the Hong Kong. There it is. Oh, Disney's changing chairman. Well, that'll help the stock. Last I saw it was in the 90s or the 80s or something like that. I wonder if he's a woke guy too. We'll take a look at that. So you can see here, Hong Kong, green dot, but down for the day. Look at that. Down 1.5% to be exact. 1.57 to be exact. And you can see here it didn't slide into it there. It's just on the edge. It's in a buy for 2 days. And then when we go and look at the weekly, same situation. It came in a weekly sell, so you can't play the upside there. What did I want to show you? Oh, let's check out the Disney news and see what they're doing to Disney. Let's see. Where is Disney? Yeah, Disney, was a $250 stock. It's trading about down 70% off its all-time highs. They have a lot of inventory. They have a lot of movies and kids watch it and so forth. And, it's an old-fashioned, used to be an old-fashioned company that everybody loved. Now you can see the stock is down very dramatic over the years. Eisner has done a very poor job, I guess it is. There it is right there, Disney. Let's see if they knew to front run that news. Oh yeah, look at that. And no, look at that. Friday they put it into, is that Friday? No. Okay, closed it in a weekly buy last week. And it's been in a daily buy for 7-8 days. And you can see there all those greens. So they front-runned it. Of course they front-runned it. What else would they going to do, honestly? The weasels, they have to front-run it. That's why they're criminal-like all the time. All right, so that's Disney. Just thought we'd let you know there. I wonder what they're doing in the Disney stock. Let's see if we can see what they're doing to Disney stock at the moment live, because that still won't open up for another 36 minutes. Let's see what they're doing to the stock. DIS. Up 74 cents right now. Is that right? Yep. It's up 74. It's up almost $1. So that's a good thing. 0.2%. Not bad. Yeah, the all-time high, when you look at it 1 year out, you can see a year ago it was $123 a share. Not even. That's April. That was April. When we go 5 years out, you can see it was a $201 stock. They've been having problems for a while now. And yep, same thing there. I thought it was a $230 stock, but I was wrong. It was 2.3. So it was a $203 stock. So it's over 50% down, not 70 some odd percent. I thought it was like 240, 250. So I'm wrong there. And so you can see here they've played with these bottoms right there, all that support in there. And now that they have a new chairman, let's see. I guess the market knows how woke this new chairman is. See, that's part of the problems. They've been putting men into women positions and vice versa. I think, was it Little Red Riding Hood was a man? dressed up like a woman. And then I think the same thing with Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella. I think Cinderella, they did the same thing again. Yeah, so they've had transgenders and saying families don't want that. They're not into that. They don't want their 5-year-old or 7-year-old seeing stuff like that. All right, and so that's just Disney. We're done. All right, now we'll go back over to the currencies. Let's go see what the Great Experiment is doing. I saw it was flirting with a daily buy today when I put it up on the, opened it up earlier. And right there. And so you can see right there. Let's check the chat line to see if anybody cares. No questions. Nobody wants to see anything particular. And there it is right there. All right. So that's the action we see. That's the action we see. All right. Now, from you can see that it's trying to climb into a daily buy. It's up right here. Green dot. It's down just a tad, but it's trying to get into the buy right there. And we're going on. This is the 5th week. This is where we figure it tries to turn. We'll see if next week they try to climb into the buy. I mean, this will be the first time in 2 years if we get past 5 weeks in a sell. That'll be the first time in something like 3 or 4 years. And it's been a while. So the last 2 years, the most we saw was out of the 104 weeks, we only saw it was 90 weeks in a buy and 14 weeks in a sell. There was a 5er, then there was like a 3, and then a 2, and then a 1, and just very tough. So the fact that we're seeing this is very positive. Now, I have heard other currency traders talk about it, and they think it's more of the weakness in the euro than the strength in the lira. That's where their heads are at. So, all right. From there, we go over to the South African rand, the second biggest brick out there. China being now number 1 brick. It trades almost 6% of world volume now. So they're getting there. They're working hard at it. You can see here it's flirting with the weekly buy already, jumping up. You see there's pressure on it. And we had a wild move, I guess you could say, on Friday. They took, I think, silver up like $1. Let's see what it shows on here. Yeah, they took that thing up like $1 on Friday. It's like, wow, cool. Yeah, look at that. The day before on Thursday, it closed at 31.77, and on Friday it closed at 33.23. That's $1.50. $1.50 move, which touched 34. And then look at that. It dropped off 70 some odd cents. And then this morning they gapped it again. We've been in a daily buy now for 4, 5, 6, 7 days now. We've been in a weekly buy. Where is it on the spreadsheet there? On the spreadsheet, silver has been 9 weeks in a buy and 6 days in a buy now. So this is trying to go into a 7th day and a 10th week. So how about that? I saw a picture of 2 women. One dressed in a gold bikini, another one dressed in a silver bikini, and it said, young silver starting to overtake old gold. That's what it said. Now, I don't know how much it's overtaking, since what did they do with, I mean, that's a, what is that? Is that a 3% move? $1 on 10 would be 10%. Yeah, that was like a 3% or 3.5% move on, well, maybe even more than that. $1 was $1.50, $1.25, from 77 to 33, right? $1.50. So that was like 3.5% move on Friday. Let's see what gold did. For gold to go 3.5%, it would have had to go from that's like 60. It's like something like $75. Gold would have had to go $75 on Friday. And gold went from a close on Thursday of 707 to a high of 737. So it was only like a under 2% gain, you know. And they're showing the pictures. Trump was working at McDonald's on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Sunday or Saturday. He was working at McDonald's making fries. They hired him for a half hour or something like that, and he officially now has worked making fries at McDonald's. Whereas his opponent, Miss Harris, she claimed to work for McDonald's and make fries, but she didn't. That's the problem, is that she lied about it. And so she says, when I was young, I worked for McDonald's and I made fries. But there is no place that shows that she ever worked for any McDonald's. No taxes paid, no nothing. So that's hard to believe. You know, she, as usual, saying things that's not necessarily true. And so that was it. And Elon Musk is out there campaigning for him, and he's giving away like a drawing every day now for people who register to sign some type of petition. $1 million chance at $1 million, and they paid somebody $1 million. I guess starting today or yesterday, they paid somebody $1 million. So for the next 14 days, you can win $1 million if you go out there and sign a petition for Elon Musk, who's campaigning for Donald Trump. That's legal to do. That's wild. He's a funny guy. That's $15 million of television time every time someone wins $1 million, I would imagine. So that's cheaper than buying the television time. All right, now from there, where'd we at? We were looking at gold. Now check this out. Look what they did to copper on Thursday to today, when they knew, we always call this the gold. All this metals probably moved. Yeah, see, copper on Thursday was trading at, what was that? It was trading at $4.32.5. On Friday, they jacked it 32.5, so they took it up over 7 cents. The high was 441.30. So they took it up over almost 8 cents, which is a big move, for that product. And then from there, from the news of lowering margins in China, wow. Look at the way they're chanting at the Pittsburgh football game. They were chanting for Trump at the Pittsburgh NFL game. The whole stadium went nuts. He was there on Sunday. He's making French fries on Saturday at a McDonald's, and Sunday he's at the NFL game. He's something. Wow. Working the fry cooker at McDonald's. He always wanted to work at McDonald's, he says. And he's got a apron on. He's working he was making fries, and he's actually giving burgers. Wow. That's cool. All right, there we go. Anyway, that's copper, and they knew that the Chinese were going to drop the margins, because look at all the metals, the way they jumped. The bigger question, will there be a follow-through in the metals market coming up over the next day or two? I'm not sure about that, but they did excite a lot of people. Yeah, that does. Yeah, that's something. All right, from there, we always do the metals when we look at South Africa. And what's odd, obviously, is the fact that the trend, you can see, has been on the upside, really. The South African rand is moving up, and gold is moving up, and silver is moving up, and all like that. And that's very odd. That rarely happens. Usually it's only when it's gaining against the dollar or the South African rand that we see metals move up. Matter of fact, this move up it was going down gold. Gold right here, somewhere. They must have decided that they were going to lower the margin. Somewhere's around here. They let their friends and family know. And they started buying. Here you see the South African Rand trying to rise and lose because they didn't know. They didn't know. And so then you go back over to the metals complex. And in that same time period right here, on the 10th and the 11th and so forth, it bottomed out. And the South African Rand still kept on losing against the dollar. But the metals market, where's that at? Right. There's copper. Took copper all the way up until Thursday. So I guess you could say they were reaching for the others. Right there's where's 1011. Look at that. Right there on the 11th, it went into a daily buy. So they knew. Someone knew this was going to happen. Because, they bottomed out when it shouldn't bottom out. Same thing on gold. On the 11th. Look at that right there. Someone told somebody inside from the government, told friends and family, be long or you be wrong. And sure enough, then the Chinese government comes out on Saturday and officially lowers the margin rate. Perfect. Good reason to buy that way. Yeah. Indeed. Wow, 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 wow. Then from there, that was the story. Now the question is, like I said a few minutes ago, or about a minute ago, what will we see going into next week? Now you can see here the weekly on gold is dipping down. It's trying to dip down. The fast jumped up, but notice the slow is curving over, and it was pretty overbought. So we'll see there. Let's take a look at silver on that same fashion. Same thing. It's curving over. And the histogram is just a little down, nothing major, but it's showing some weakness. Now we'll see how this plays out for the whole week and if it survives. Wouldn't that be something? I keep on saying, I kind of want to believe that gold, see, Mr. Trump wins, obviously interest rates are going to come down. So that automatically says, hey, you can own the metals because it's cheaper to own them. Not as much cost to carry and all that. But at the same time, other things will be better investments, because people are buying gold and silver now because we have a calamity running the government at the moment. They're doing very bad things, and so they reach for that. The Federal Reserve is pumping the stock market up. In other words, they want all these things to be up, but at the same time, they are not happy. Believe me, the Federal Reserve would be happier to see gold and silver down. They can't get it down. They try to get it down, and they can't get it down. So it's they want it to go down because money managers get in trouble when gold goes up. They get in trouble when silver goes up. They need it to be down. So, it's this classic dilemma as usual around here where things that normally don't happen are happening. So, and then let's take a look at the platinum at the very end of all this. Right there, there's platinum. Same thing. Boy, they roared that thing up. What was that? That was something like a $30 move on $1,000. $100 would have been a 10%. So it was like a 3%. It was very close to matching the silver. A little underneath the same performance, but in a buy for, you can see there, 7 days now, and a weekly buy, you can see there for like 8 weeks, that type of thing. It's pushing and pushing and pushing. Or 7 weeks? I think it's 7 weeks. What's platinum say on there? Yeah, it was 6 weeks last week. This is the 7th week this week. So here's 3. There's 6. Look how it was dipping down. Now this news perked it up. We'll see how, again, we'll watch and see what platinum does. And what it do? It went into the buy on the 11th, like all the others. They all went into the buy on the 11th, except for copper. Just shows you how, I guess, in how tough a situation copper's in, China's definitely not growing, and that's the problem. All right, from there we go over to the energy sector. And there is, let's do the energies over on the beta. And there's Dizzy. And we'll go down to, right there, there is oil. You can see oil is trying to lift up a little bit in here. At the same time, we got a weekly push into the sell. Yeah, so the weekly is trying to roll over. Right there. Yep, it's pushing down, doing the same thing on the old platform. We talked about this last week, thinking that this was the week where they try to roll it over. And then from there, we'll take a look at Brent, North Sea oil, BZ, I believe it is. BZ, right there, BZ. And you see Brent, doing the same thing, trying to lift up, and see, flirting with the weekly sell again, just like the West Texas Intermediate oil. Same thing, working on the sell side. Daily is still in the sell right there, and you can see all the red dots. So, and then from there we go over to the heating oil, which feeds the airplanes fuel and heats the homes here in the northeast of the United States. And at the same time, we see last week it fell into the weekly sell. And so, it's you can see here it's a bunch of days in the sell. I guess where'd it go in the sell? On the 8th? See what the 8th looked like. Yeah, right there. It went into the sell on the 8th, right there. And it did jump into the buy on the 11th. No, right there. Jumped in the buy right there. But it was in a weekly sell, so you couldn't really take it. And then you got right back into the daily sell, so you could be short. So you've been basically short easily from all this, for sure. And making anything you gave up there, here. That's cool. And it's a second week. So, matter of fact, you wouldn't have taken the long to begin with because it was probably down in the minus even then. So, but that is the action that we're seeing. Heating oil, which is the processed out of the crude oil, feeds the engines for the trucks. All the diesel engines. It feeds the airplane engines up in the sky for your Dreamliners and Airbus and so forth, and 727s and 737s and whatever else airplanes up there, and little Piper Cubs. And then at the same time, it heats oil here in the States. That's why we call it heating oil. They actually call it New York Harbor oil. That's what they call it, because that's where the NYMEX is, the exchange, and they call it a New York Harbor oil because of the way they ship it around, because it's processed. All right, and then from there, we shoot over to natural gas right there, which we're probably getting ready to shift over to the December contract. I think we do a little bit more November contract with this. And you can see here it's trying to lift up a little bit, but it's been weeks in a daily sell and a second week in a weekly sell. It closed all week long. It was through there, like back on the 11th. It was below the weekly number there from the manifold. When a green line breaks that manifold, it's like a 99% chance it's going to be in a sell, and you got a daily sell going on. It's pretty good trade right there. That's natural gas, and that's what everybody uses in the wintertime on some level. If it's not cooking food, it's heating your homes, running electric plants and energy plants and so forth. And then from there we go over to I know that the Spanish company that trades or produces natural gas, its stock price is down for 5 weeks now, I believe, in a weekly sell. Let's find it right there. So it's been feeling the pressure of natural gas, just like the daily has been for like 3 weeks. It's been sliding onto the downside. Where is it at? Right around here somewhere. Not there, not there, not there. A little bit further down, I'm sure there it is, right there underneath Disney. And there it is. And you can see now, it's been in a daily buy for like the last 4 days. You can see the strength in it. Let's just go like this. Right there, that's been in a green dot. That's been telling you the same thing, same story, like, oh, watch out, it's moving up, and it did. But you're not trading the long, you're just making sure you're not in the short still. In other words, you're neutral. This is the 6th week now in a weekly sell. So it's been in this weekly sell since, I guess, up around here, August, the first week of August, where it was in the 1413 area, ran as high in a weekly sell and was protected by the daily system. On September 5th, it topped out again, and they still haven't taken out these lows here of 12 and change, but they keep on flirting in the low 13s. I'm sorry. So it's about 75 cents down. At times, it's been $1 down. That's a lot, 12%. And that's the only way we can see really the prices in Europe, by looking at the stocks themselves that sell natural gas and that type of thing and move it around. When it goes down, it's cheaper. It's going down in price. And when the stocks go up, it's becoming expensive, and they make more money. So that's the way that rolls there. All right, so that's the energies. That was the metals. And so from there we go over and just take a look at the rest of the action around the world, unless somebody else wants to see something that they haven't seen that we talk about. As far as I'm concerned, we can look at anything you want to look at. All right, so from there we'll go to South Korea, see what South Korea is doing this morning, whereas Hong Kong was down 1.5%, almost 1.6%. Shanghai was up 0.2% from the interest rate cut over the weekend, and then didn't seem to affect Hong Kong, which is odd. They used it as an excuse to sell. I guess they're thinking there's nothing else the government can do. I mean, that's more of a question mark. Why they would sell Hong Kong down so much harder. That's the thing that catches my eyes. Why would they do that? Why would they push it down so hard? I guess they feel that there's nothing left that the Chinese government can do. That's just that's a guess by me. I haven't seen it written, but as a trader, I have to think, why would Shanghai be up 0.2 and Hong Kong be down almost 1.6%? And that is because Hong Kong is a much more capitalist society, even with the Chinese government ruling it now and locking up a lot of its political leaders. It tells us that story. So you can see here, right there, let's show you what Seoul did. Here's South Korea. It was up for the day. It's trying to be up, that's for sure. Let's see what the full screen shows us. It's daily sell, for a bunch of red days there. And at the same time, just make this the full screen. You can see that. 3 days in a sell. And that was, I think that's Friday to be exact. I don't think that's today. Let's see. Let's give it a refresh. Some of these foreign indexes sometimes are a little, they wait till 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to fill in. Yeah, that's today. Okay, so it's still minus. It gave us a green dot there. And you can see the weekly's trying to turn around. And we were 3 weeks in a sell. And today, this week's starting, they're trying to go after the buy. So, they're not paying attention, obviously, to the Chinese. They don't care. Let's see. Let's take a look at another one that doesn't seem to care, and that is, the Taipei index in Taiwan. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. Where is that? I think it's right near DAX. There it is. There's Taipei. Yeah, see there. Taipei gapped up on Friday. They must have known what was going on too. They seem to usually do stuff like that, and then it looks like they sold it down just a little bit. You see 2 days in a sell. There's the same thing right there. But you can't take the shorts. Look at this thing. It's been in a weekly buy, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going on a 6 week now. And they're not paying attention to China at all. And when it comes to like, oh, I'm scared. I'm in Taipei. Oh, they might bomb us and destroy us. I liked what the new president said. We can hit Beijing faster than you can hit us. That's right. So people who manufacture very high-tech material, don't think you can bomb them so easily. They defend themselves well. All right, from there we'll go check out one of the most capitalist societies over there in the Pacific, and that is the Singapore Straits Times, the STI. That's right near the Hong Kong index. I know that. STI. Oh, maybe we put it down in here. I just saw Hong Kong. So if Hong Kong is there an STI around here somewhere? No, I don't see it there. There it is. You see there. Now, Singapore was down on yesterday, or today, I guess it is. But let's see what the algorithm is. The algorithm is still in a plus, so it's kind of bouncing around in that neutral situation. And look at that. The weekly is trying to break down. It's been in and out, in and out. There it is right there. Right there, yeah. See that? Just minus by a little bit. Yeah, just on the edge again. Wasn't a weekly sell. Went into it was a weekly buy for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. Went into the sell, and then back into the buy, and now it's trying to go into the sell again. You can see all that strength over the last 7 weeks. You see it all the way back there. When was that started? That started in. Let's give it a refresh, and see. It's probably like around in here in August, where that big bottom is. August 8th, August 7th. Okay, so there is the closing week of August 16th. So it went into the buy like right in here. There it is right there. They went into the buy and ran all the way up. And you can see the daily went into the buy right here on the bottom and kept you safe from your win. Made you keep your profits. What a nice idea. That's the way it always works with it. Or not always, but generally 86% of the time it does that, and sometimes even more when it comes to being in a weekly buy and a daily sell or that type of thing, or vice versa, weekly. In this case here it was in a weekly sell, but it went into the daily buy on the 11th, and there's the 11th right there, and stayed in that buy all the way out to there. To September 24th. September 24th. Which is right. That's a September 23rd. It went into the sell. There's the 23rd. There's the 24th. Went into the sell on the 24th. Right there. Right there. That one right there. And I guess if we just move it over so it looks like it matches up to it like so. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You can just grab a hold of it. There's a little dialy thing right there. You can just do that. It goes into that cell there. Right there, the 23rd, which is right there. The 23rd was an up day, and it's breaking down, giving you a warning. And then it goes into a red dot on the next day, on the 24th, and sure enough, it's smackaroo. All right, so from there, traders, what else we got? I guess we've got to get a title. It's time to get out of here. We got the stock market opens up in 6 minutes. So I want to say how copper outperformed, but you know what? Gold, silver, and copper. Let's see, metals front-run Chinese discount. I love that. That's pretty much what had happened. I like it when it does that stuff. It's right there on the screen. It's not like fake. It's very clear. They did it, and it's always neat to say stuff like that. Let's see, title. There it is. Title. Let's see, metals. Metal. Let's put an S in it. Metals. Like that. Metals. Front run. China. There you go. That's what they did. They knew that discount was coming. And they just loaded up. Even with the South African rand losing against the dollar, they still were buying it. I mean, it's like evidence on top of evidence. You know, the odds all the time are so rare that it doesn't do that. All right, we're out of here, traders. This is Doc from North America. We will catch you on Monday. I'm sorry, today is Monday. This is TGIM. So we'll catch you on Tuesday. Same time, same channel, saying happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you, to all our Dukascopy friends right there. Have a good and smart trading day, traders. Ta-ta for now.